Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again one more time. What's really good, guys? Hopefully you guys is doing great. Hopefully you guys is doing amazing. You know me, I'm doing all right. So what's up? What's going on? Talk to me. I see a couple of people popping up. Make sure you leave a message on the chat so I could give you a shout out. And yeah, man, let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna start today by checking out ZipRecruiter, see what's going on, see what type of jobs we have available today. Okay, so give me 1 second. Here we go. And we're gonna start with looking for remote jobs. Okay, we're gonna focus on the remote positions. Okay, and let's see what's going on. All right, so let's see, Spooky Network. Okay. We got ABQ, okay, 45,000. I'm looking, this is probably like an entry level position, mostly WordPress, working with like Drupal. Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, front end, commerce, Marvel Technologies. Oh, interesting. Let me see, is this? Okay, cool. All right, so they're hiring remote for SAP Commerce, formerly Hybris, front-end developer or assist in developing quality software. Okay, interesting. 100 to 123,000. They're focusing on JavaScript frameworks. They're working with PSDs. Okay, very nice. Let's continue looking. See what else is out here. Okay, we got a full stack developer job, $45 to $50 an hour. I mean, this is 13 days ago though. Let me see if we could filter this by date. Posted within 1 day. So we can see the latest jobs. Shout out to everybody that's in here. We got Salat Toto. So excuse me, guys. Kyle Smith. Let me see who else we got in here. I got Shit Joshi. I'm 24, jobless. Now started to learn the MERN stack, but everyone's saying it's the end of software developers. What should I do? I mean, that's a good topic. We could get into it, right? So this is what he said. I'm 24 years old, jobless, now started to learn the MERN stack, but everyone's saying it's the end of software developers. What should I do? Well, what I always tell people is you have to understand that this is just a cycle. Don't let nobody scare you and, trick you out of your position. We're going to need developers, engineers for a long time, right? Maybe not the same as we used to do it before where we had to code everything, but you still need to have the skill. You need to know how to build web applications and knowing the fundamentals, knowing the main concepts. Then from there, what I suggest is you got to learn how to use a lot of these AI tools to help you speed up the process, because that's the future. Let's just be honest. Before we had to go in and do everything manually. Now we can use AI to do the boring part for us. But we still need to oversee the work, make sure to fix certain things. Like, you can't really have the AI do everything. There's a lot of stuff that it can get done, but even on the front end, like if you want to have a specific design, a specific style, right? Or even if you're doing emails or even working with Shopify, the AI is not there yet. You have to go in and fine tune it. You have to go in and fix certain things. And also too, when there's bugs, a lot of times the AI might go in and start doing something completely random than instead of how you would code it. So having this skill, it's not going to go away. Okay. Now you're going to see a lot of people that's going to tell you, hey, it's the end of the world. Bro, understand this. The Chinese, they're not stopping. The Indians, they're not stopping. Okay. So it's funny. We see this here in the United States where it's like people are AI. bro, these people are still grinding, they're still working, and they're still putting in the work that they need to do to be able to get hired. So it will be stupid of you to go in and quit, especially when you're already there. You already just got to continue applying to the jobs. And also, too, you got to niche down. Like right now, we just looked at a job in here, right, where they're looking for a front end developer with an e-commerce background. Okay, what does that mean? That means that you understand how stores work, you understand maybe Shopify, you understand maybe big commerce, right? You understand how to set up pixels, how to set up, Google tag, right? So there's a lot of stuff that comes in that space of e-commerce. So that's something that you could do. You could niche down to that. The truth is that the big companies, they're not gonna be hiring like that. We're gonna see more entrepreneurs and more small business owners becoming like, the people that actually hire developers. Those big companies, that idea of like, man, I'm gonna just go in and find a $300,000-$400,000 job just because I know how to code. Let's be honest, that shit is been over. Okay. But there's small businesses and entrepreneurs who need our services. Yeah, you might make 90,000, 100,000. On the top, you might make like 140, 150, right? But the truth is that, if you want to get that 300, like, you got to really be up there. You got to have a certain background. You got to have years of experience, right? And you got to have that grind, okay? This is why I tell people, you see the Chinese, you see the Indians, they're not stopping for shit. So we're here like, yeah, man, we're about to quit coding. We're about to stop. They're not stopping. That tells me something. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, don't give up out here. You have to understand, like, it's a process, but you got to build yourself up. You're 24 years old. Your first job should be around $60,000-$70,000. You could find a job like that easily. But if you're expecting what you used to see on social media, that shit is gone. There's a lot of people that used to make 180, 150,000 and they're laid off. So those are the people that now are going for those $100 to $150,000 jobs. There's people that used to make 300 and now they're laid off, and they're the ones looking for that 100 to 150. So it leaves this opening for you as a beginner, as someone who's starting in this career, where you could find the sweet spot. What's the sweet spot for you to get experience? I will say is between $60 to $80,000. That's your sweet spot. That's your advantage. A guy that has kids, a guy that lives in a high rise, or lives with multiple roommates and their rent is $10,000 and they gotta pay $2,000 a pop. You know what I'm saying? He can't afford to take a $60,000 to $80,000 job, right? That's where you have your advantage. So again, it's up to you. You could take my advice, or you could just go in and do what you have to do. But there's opportunities there. You just got to go in and understand how the game works. Let me see. We got found it hard to find email dev job. Indeed. What are the keywords I need to use? You need to focus on email marketing specialist. It's a lot, right? You're not gonna really find that many jobs that say email developer, because the role of the email developer has actually changed a lot, right? So you're no longer just doing just the emails. Some companies, they just have you doing the emails, but it really comes down to automations, right? Knowing automations, knowing the ESPs, right? So that's what you gotta really think about, right? When you go in and you search email developer, as you can see, we're not finding anything, okay? You might find here and there something, but we could go in and remove like the location, and let's see, email developer, you're not really gonna find that many roles that says email developer, right? Because that title itself, right, in a sense, has already evolved. So what you're gonna find is email marketing specialist. So if you're looking for a role doing emails, this is what you want to be looking for. Email marketing specialist. And there you go. Now we're starting to see jobs, okay? So if you go in and you're like, yeah, let me search email developer, That was 5 years ago. Okay. Now, because of everything that has happened with the industry, companies understand that, guess what? You could build an email much faster. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have you do 2 emails a day and you're just gonna chill for the rest of the day? No, we're gonna need you to do other things. So in a sense, you're gonna be the technical guy for the marketing department. Okay. This is what we call MarTech, right? So in here, you can see 80 to 85,000, right? You're gonna see in here, see HTML, CSS, hand code responses, accessible templates, right? You could also use build and drop modules for scale, segmentation. So this is where the things that you gotta focus on next. Like, you know how to build emails. This is what you gotta focus on: segmentation, targeting, right? List health, deliverability. I always get a problem with that word. Workflows and journey, data integrity. Okay, in a sense, cleaning up the emails, right? Because sometimes you might have 100,000 emails, right? People that subscribe, but out of those 100,000 emails, maybe 46,000 are the ones that actually open their emails. So you have to set up the automations to start kicking those people out of the list, right? So this is the stuff that you're gonna have to know, right? Understand how to work with UTM tags, okay? Creating tests, all of these things, right? Now, if you've used Klaviyo, you use MailChimp, HubSpot, right? They all do the same. You just need to know at least one of them, okay? And be able to demonstrate that you can do this, and also to show people that, hey, this is what you do, right? So you got 80 to 85,000, 55 to 75,000 marketing specialists, right? See what else, 70 to 85,000. And this is like what I was telling the other guy. Like, you got to find these type of opportunities for you to be able to get your first job. Like, you could know how to code, you could do Python, you could do Node.js, you could do all of that. But let's focus on getting experience. Let's focus on getting a job. Let's focus on getting paid. Then once we have that, then we jump ship and we continue to grow. Okay, so that's what it is, Salat. All right. Going through here. By the way, guys, let me know any type of jobs you want me to start looking for. See what's going on. Any keywords you want me to check out. Go ahead, put it here on the chat. I also want to let you guys know, for anybody that is watching this right now, guys, this is what we do. We help people get into the game, get into, different type of tech jobs, right? If your goal is to become a developer, if your goal is to become someone who works in tech, your goal is to start working and getting paid, and if your goal is working remotely, this is where you're going to find those skills. Come check it out on CodingPhase.com. This is what we've been doing for the past 8-9 years. We're about to be 10 years in 2027 that we've been helping people out. You don't have to believe me. You can believe the stories of regular folks just like you and me, okay, that have came to CodingPhase.com and they're all working somewhere at a company. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's up to you if you want to come in and take advantage of this. It's literally $1 a day. And if you sign up for the yearly, you basically get it 70 cents a day. Okay. Very simple. We give you the career path. We give you the courses. We tell you what projects to build for your portfolio. We give you the portfolio template. If you don't have one, if you do have one, I'll go in and review it and give you pointers on how to improve it. In case you want to go in and build it your own, right? From there, we also have a job board where we go in and we list out a bunch of jobs that you should be applying to. And depending on your career path that you choose, you'll go in, when you log into your account every single day, you'll find job opportunities that you could just go in and start applying from here directly. Okay, so again, a lot of opportunities and a lot of cool stuff that we do here on CodingPhase.com. Take advantage. It's up to you. We provide a service. We're not in the business of of basically convincing you of doing something good for yourself. Like, you come in if you want to. If you don't want to, it's fine. At the end of the day, we're going to continue doing what we do, but I do suggest that you go and try CodingPhase.com. Okay, email retention marketing manager. Now, sometimes you got to go through this type of jobs. You got to look at what they're asking for. Okay, um, from there, understand like what exactly is it that they're looking for. Some of these roles there's gonna be communication, right? You're gonna have to communicate with clients. You're gonna have to communicate with the team. So if you're like a person that just don't want to do anything and you just want to code and mind your own business somewhere, this might not be the type of role for you, because when it comes to the marketing team, there's a lot of communication between developers, the clients, the designers, right, and the other marketers who actually come up with the strategies for marketing people's products and services. So yes, let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Reading through here. Okay, shout out to my boy Daniel Belfield. A recruiter reached out about an email developer role on LinkedIn. Probably messaged hundreds of people too, but I consider the job stacking. They're on the East Coast. I'm in California. Hey, go ahead, bro. Definitely check it out. See what they're offering. A lot of times you see that recruiters do hit people up on Indeed. I get hit up all the time by different type of recruiters. So it's good to have a profile in there of you being an email developer, and having that as your title, having that as your on your resume of like the things that you have done, having the right keywords, the right different CMS systems, ESPs, right? The HTML, CSS, responsive design, Litmus, Testiat, right, etc. Whatever the keywords that you want to put that's related to the job, definitely go ahead and add it to your LinkedIn, because there are some opportunities. Like I said, Daniel Belfield just mentioned right now, like, hey, recruiters are hitting me up. I'm thinking about it, but let's see what happens, right? So shout out to my boy. Okay. By the way, he also came to CodingPhase.com. He started his journey with us. He now is an email developer. So congratulations to him. I always, give him a shout out, and I'm happy that he's doing good. And look at that. He getting extra offers. All right. And that's the thing, when you see a lot of people that say, well, man, there's no jobs, there's no opportunities, bro, like, you got to niche down. You got to niche down. You got to find the thing that companies are hiring for, because not all skills are created equal at all. Like, you could know how to code, and you could know how to code, let's say Python, and you're a great Python developer, engineer. But let's be honest. Like, everyone else that graduates from college, they know that skill. That's exactly what they learn. That's the basics that they learn. So when you go in and you apply to those jobs, a lot of times they're looking for people with college degrees, some experience, and then on top of that, right, that you got to stand out amongst everybody, and it could literally be like getting a lottery ticket. It's like, this is why you see people on TikTok, like, they're just waiting for a job opportunity. And it's like, yeah, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that do the exact same thing as you. So you got to go into a niche where, let's say, every job application has maybe 100 candidates. If you go into a role that has 50,000, 20,000 candidates, good luck with that. You're gonna find a job at some point, but you gotta understand, now you gotta wait it out. I'm the type of person, I don't want to wait it out, bro. I got bills to pay, I got shit to do, right? So if I want to go and work, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into the things that's gonna allow me to get higher fast. Okay. Shout out to everybody in here. Okay, reading through here. The chosen one. Hi Joe, I know a portfolio is important, but what I put in the experience section. Okay, let me read this one more time. Hi Joe, I know a portfolio is important, but what I put in the experience section without experience relevant even for the first job. How can I tackle this? So maybe you're talking about your resume, right? Because your portfolio, in a sense, is supposed to be a website where you have projects related to the type of job that you're trying to go for. Okay. Shout out to my boy John DeLorenzo. Okay. So John DeLorenzo is one of the students that came to CodingPhase.com. He has a great portfolio, straightforward, straight to the point, right? He has the skills that he was applying for, right? The things that the companies is looking for, and then from there, he has projects that are related to the job. He don't have a JavaScript game. He don't have some random AI application. He don't have, a Python snake game. No, he has projects that are exactly what he's going to be doing on the company that he's working for. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. In here, you don't need to mention experience because it's a portfolio. You're showcasing the skills that you have and the work that you have done and what you can do for that company. All right. Now, your resume is different. Your resume, you might want to go in and you might want to have some projects. Okay. So instead of having, let's say, like you could have your experience because you still need to show that you work somewhere. Sometimes people get this wrong. They be like, man, but my last job I was a accountant, right? I was an accountant for 10 years. Now I'm looking for this job as a front end developer. Like, what do I add? Well, it's very simple. You create a section on your resume that is for projects. Now, on CodingPhase.com, we provide you guys with a resume builder. Let me see if I pull this one up. Give you guys an example. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is CodingPhase.com. Once you log in, you go into your resume. Okay, this is an example resume, Cabin Press. Okay, so in here, right, you can have all of your experience, right? So let's go over this. So this right here is the resume builder is built in a way that it gets through the ATS bots. This right here like if you don't have a good resume and you've been applying to jobs and you haven't gotten no interviews, look, come to codingphase.com and at least use it just for the resume. You know how to code, you know how to build whatever. You don't want to follow the career paths that we have. Come in and use the resume builder, okay? This alone will help you go in and get better interviews. Okay, so in here, let me show you this. So this is how your resume should be if you don't have experience. Okay, so let's say you have your thing, Kevin Press, your title for the position, you have your summary. Then from there, you want to have relevant projects. And these relevant projects, you're going to go in and add the things that have to do with the type of job that you're applying for. Okay, so in here, WordPress developer, e-commerce demo store. Okay, you have over here the information, build the demo online using WooCommerce, added product pages, filters, checkout system, right? And then from there, if you don't have experience, this is where you go in and you add your regular jobs. Okay, you want to show that you worked somewhere. You don't want to be that guy that be like, well, I'm 40 years old, I'm 30 something years old, and I've never worked anywhere. Like, that don't make no sense. Hey, I'm 24 years old and 30 years old, whatever, and I've never worked anywhere, but hire me. Now, you got to show that you work somewhere. So you do need to show experience, some type of work experience. Now, it does suck if your work experience is showing like, hey, you jumping ship every 2 months. That's a red flag for a company. But if you worked at a company for X amount of years, shit, you worked at Walmart, right? I give you a great example. Like, we could go in and write like a quick resume, right? A quick, very quick resume. Okay. Let me see. See if I'm just gonna add a extra employment. Okay, just to show you, right? So let's say you have an employment, right? Different job that you have worked for. So I'm gonna add right here. Let's say, I don't know, Walmart. Let's say, what was the name? Let's say inventory, right? Stocking aisles. I'm just gonna keep it plain English. Okay, I'm gonna put in Walmart. Okay, you worked there from, let's say, 2009 all the way to 2019, let's just say. Okay, we're gonna put in New York, New York. And in here, we're just gonna go in and add a couple of bullet points. Excuse me, guys. And I'm just gonna put it plain English. I stocked aisles. I cleaned the floor. I did cashier. I worked with a group of 4 other employees. And I'm just keeping it plain English so you can understand how you could use this resume builder to just help you go in and build a really good resume for whatever position, even whatever experience you've had. Use it. Okay, I work with a group of 4 employees. I let's see, what else can you do on Walmart? I helped getting items out of the truck using a high-low, right? What else? I threw the garbage out. I'm just giving, plain English stuff, okay? Now, you come over here, once you have this, improve this with AI. It's our own proprietary system that we have. And then from looking at all of the different type of resumes that all of our students have had, all of the people that have came to CodingPhase, and then from there also to throwing a little bit extra spice of what are the best resumes out there from different individuals, people that have worked in major companies as Google to even working in smaller companies. Okay, so now we took this thing, which was just a plain English. Sometimes you need this. There's a lot of people that's not a writer. Sometimes there's people that that don't know how to actually present themselves. This is why we have this resume builder. Like on codingphase.com, I literally do everything for you except put you inside of the job. I don't take you into the interview. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the last thing that I do. Okay. But look, job title. We just went in and changed this. Inventory, stocking, and operations associate. This sounds much better than stocking aisles. All right. Manage inventory stocking of retail aisles, ensuring optimal product placements and availability, right? Instead of I stock aisles. I clean the floor. Maintain and clean organized work environment by regularly cleaning floors and disposing of waste, contributing to a positive customer experience. Much better, right? Supported cash handling operations by assisting with checkout procedures, processing transactions, and providing customer service. Okay? Instead of just saying, I did cashier. All right? Collaborated effectively with a team of 4 colleagues to efficiently unload and distribute merchandise from delivery trucks using a high-low lift, completing loading tasks quickly and safely. All right? The next thing. I threw the garbage, right? Let's not just say I threw the garbage. Let's go in and say contributed to efficient warehouse operations by assisting with the movement of goods and disposal of trash, maintaining tidy and productive workspace. Okay? Accept the changes, and here you go. That right there is your resume. Come over here, you save this, right? Every section in here, all you have to do is literally explain what you did at the job, right? Plain English. We will go in and make sure that it looks professional and that it has everything that you're gonna need to be able to go in and get that interview, that job. Okay, so again, once you have that, then now you just download it. Okay, so here we go, and now you have a new resume. You have your relevant projects, you have your different sections over here, and this resume is built for the web. It's built for ATS bots to be able to read it. Okay, so sometimes you go in and you have like websites like resume.co, right? This is like a very popular resume builder. What they use is this thing called Puppeteer, if I'm not mistaken, right? Puppeteer goes in and takes a screenshot of a web page. We don't take a screenshot of a web page. We go in and build it in a certain format for it to be a PDF file that can be read through every type of ATS bot. You might see a resume that looks, nice and pretty, right? Like you could go in and have something like this, but this doesn't guarantee that you have your resume is being read by every ATS bot. Like they have a bunch of different templates, but I tested out most of them. And what happens is when you go in and you submit this, a lot of your keywords, which are very important, don't go through because you have multiple columns, you have different colors, different fonts, this, and that. We keep it very simple. This is not for us to go in and be like, yo, this is the prettiest resume. This is a resume that when you click upload and you upload it to Indeed, it submits all of your information. Okay, so again, this is what I'm trying to do for you guys. Definitely go check it out. But yeah, when you're building your resume, that's what you have to do. You have to add your work experience, but it has to be in a certain format. And you have to go in and explain exactly what you've done. Don't be that guy that be like, well, I've never worked in the industry as a developer, so what do I add? Add your job, and then from there you have your relative projects that you have done that's related to that specific role. So you could go in, get through the ATS box, because the ATS box is looking through all the keywords. That's the first filter. They go through all the keywords to see where does it match, right? And if you don't match enough keywords to that specific job, you're not gonna get hired. I mean, you're not gonna get an interview. Hire is another process, right? But again, we're gonna take the same excuse me, the same resume, and we're gonna go in and look at a job, and then we're gonna match it to that job. So let me see, open up ZipRecruiter. Okay, we're looking through here. All right, marketing specialist. Let me see, email retention manager. Okay, marketing specialist remote. This is in California. Okay. All right, so let me see. We're gonna copy all of this. And then from there, we're gonna go in and match it to one of these jobs. Okay. Now we do have a master resume. So I'm gonna click over here. And then now we're gonna create a tailored resume for that specific job. This right here saves you a lot of time, right? When you're applying to jobs, you wanna have a resume that actually matches to that job so you could get through the ATS bots as close as possible. Okay, so in here, now you have everything that you're gonna need to match that specific job, right? Now, of course, there might be some things that you wanna go in and change, like let's say if you don't want to say like senior, right? You could change that. As you can see, the title is completely different, right? We're marketing and WordPress developer, so in here before it was just focusing on WordPress. Now in here, we're actually going in and adding a lot of the keywords and things that match that specific job. So for example, developing executed data-driven lifecycle marketing campaigns using Braze to manage 3+ high traffic platforms, design optimize complex customer journey using Braze and Canvas. And then now, once you have this resume, you can save this and you could set this as a master resume. Okay, so now this is also a master resume. Okay, and you can go in and create another clone of this. So meaning that if you was gonna apply for a email developer role where they're actually looking for, let's say, someone who uses MailChimp, and that's what they're mentioning mostly on the job description, now you could go in and match it to this one. Okay, So hopefully that makes sense for a lot of you guys. And yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in here. Give me some keywords, some jobs that you're looking for, so I could go in and start looking at what's available out there. So just to get started, I'm gonna go in while you guys, go and add some of those jobs on the chat. I'm gonna go in and put in, let's say, automation specialist. This is a pretty big role nowadays. So in here we see sales and marketing automation specialist. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. This is the next type of jobs that you're gonna see a lot. Okay. So we have in here build and manage outbound email, right? Using Apollo, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So in a sense, you're creating not just the emails, but setting up the automations for them. So in here, develop and test campaign, message tailored, use SEO's insights, trending topics, conduct A and B testing, segment leads, maintain accurate CRM data in Zendesk. Okay. Let me see what else. Experience running A/B testing. Let's continue looking for this. Let's see, document automation specialist. Okay. So look at this. So there's a little bit niche legal technology role focus. So you will be working with, a company that focuses on the legal side of things. Okay. You'll partner directly with attorneys to build, test, and deploy intelligent document templates. So again, this is where we start seeing the niches, right? There's going to be a bunch of companies out here hiring, but you could niche down even to this, working in the legal field. Okay. A lot of the stuff is really just going in and knowing how to use CMS system, knowing how to use some of these automation services, right? And then if you look over here, you're using technical skills that most people don't have. They don't know about programming. They don't know about structure. They don't know about if and else statements. They don't understand that thing, right? So you might look at this and say, can I really apply to this job? Well, you have technical skills that most people don't have. Your job here, this is similar to what I used to do back in the days, but it was more in the IT side of things back on my first job before I even got into development, working with like lawyers and stuff like that in Wall Street, right? You're really just like a technical guy that's helping them go in and set up the documents, right? So again, this is like one opportunity. Right, let's continue. And yes, you might say, well, Joe, I'm not coding. I'm not doing HTML, CSS. I'm not doing JavaScript. Guys, get this shit out of your head, okay? Your job is to solve problems. You have technical skills that most people don't have. Stop thinking in your head that you only can do HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python, okay? If I need you to be my guy to help me out with building a website on Lovable, because I built this website, but I don't know how to code, but I need your help, then that's what you're going to do. If I'm a lawyer, right, and I don't understand how to work with all these technical things, and I don't know how to create documents and automate this, and you're my technical guy, that's what you're going to do. Okay? You're going to get paid. Use your brain. Understand that you're here to solve problems. That you love how to code. You love to build your own little applications. You could do that shit on your own time. This is money season. Bag season is here. Okay? This is time to start talking guapanese instead of brokenese. Okay? You want to be that guy that when they talk to you, it's like, damn, that he's legit. What he talking? Well, he talking guapanese. And another dude next to him says, damn, I don't understand that he's saying. Yeah, because you only understand brokenese. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the truth. Okay? You got to put your skills to work. It's technical skills that we have, right? So let's continue with this, right? Shout out to my boy Bro Trip and says, no, Joe, I want to solve the world hunger. I need to learn JavaScript. Yeah, you can learn JavaScript, right? And I'm not telling people not to learn it because you're gonna need to learn JavaScript. But what I'm saying is, if you have opportunities in front of you and you have skills, then use it. Like I've seen people that they'll go in and be like, yeah, man, they offer me a job, but it was WordPress, bro. I don't know if I want to do WordPress. Cause all you're doing is like really like drag and drop some things and then change a couple of little things with CSS. Like I want to code. Okay, buddy. So sit right here. Here's your lottery ticket. Here you go. And wait for your turn until somebody calls you. That could be 6 months. That could be a year. That could be 2 years. That could be 3 years. I've seen people be without a job for 3 years, waiting for the dream job. Does it come? It comes. Because if you're consistent and you're working towards something, you're going to get there. But the truth is, now you got to look like a bum. Now you got to be that guy that's in the house all day and they're like, your family members is looking at you like crazy. Now you got to be that guy that your wife is like, she don't want to give you none because you always broke. Your wife got a degree, got a career, and you over here, yeah. Don't worry, honey, I'm gonna find a job soon. There's jobs here. Why the fuck you're not working it? You know what I mean? But again, it is what it is. It's only so much that we could do, right? Let's take a look at this one. Marketing automation and CRM specialist. Okay. This is a contract. This is where you find some opportunities. And you're going to see a lot of these nowadays because there's a lot of companies that need services like this, working with Zapier, HubSpot, Sales Messenger, right? This is for Texas Sports Academy. They might not need you 24/7 there. They might need you for, let's say maybe 10, 15 hours out of the week. But this is where you job stack. You have a full-time job and you do this job on the side. They'll understand as long as you get your work done and they'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? So again, look at this, 63 to 86,000, right? And this is a contract part-time with potential to expand. So meaning that, hey, it's a contract work. We got a couple of projects that we need to build, a couple of automations that we need to set up. Can you help us out with this? Okay, you come in, you set this up, boom, boom, boom. You continue doing your other job, right? Now you job stack. You was making 80,000. You add another 60,000 to that. You made 140 for the year. And there's an opportunity of expanding it, which means like you could finally probably go in and work a full-time role in there if you wanted to. Okay, shout out to my boy Mike Lee, right? Another student of ours. Shout out to him who came through CodingPhase. I appreciate you doing Shopify, killing it out there. If I'm not mistaken, in Texas, no, Mike. So shout out to him, right? Let me see. I see my boy Eric Tipmore. What's going on, Eric? You had a good day today, bro. I see you. I saw you on Weeble. Bro, I'm so mad at myself, bro. I'm like, I don't know, man. I had a really, how can I say this? Like the last 2 days, bro, I've had like a really, really like shitty, trades. Like, and it's all because I'm either jumping in at the wrong time, putting a stop loss, too close, right? And also to paying attention to the wrong stocks. Like that's the main thing. And yesterday I took a big L because I was trading through my phone. You don't trade through your phone, guys. If you cannot fucking trade on your computer, do not trade. It's just gonna give you an L for the day. Okay? 99% of the time. So I actually traded today. I'm down $98, which freaking sucks. But I should have been up like crazy today, bro. I was in this stock, right? I bought the stock, was it 740 at 135. Go in. I sold. Boom, boom. I actually sold here the majority of it. So in a sense, like at 142, right? Should have sold at 150. It is what it is. Then I'm like, okay, this thing is dropping. It is what it is. And then I see this popping up again. I jump in it. I jump in it super heavy. Where is it? Right here. I'm thinking, okay, we back. Boom, it dropped right here. I jump in it super heavy. 2,850 shares, bro. Right? Boom. I hold it. And I'm holding it for as long as possible. I'm like, bro, I stopped out at 127. Right? Stopped out at 127. Then, while this is happening, this thing drops to 118. And then I see it again. It bounces back. I buy 1,500 shares. And I sold at 1,000 at 145 because I was like, all right, I'm in profit. like I could have sold it at 150, 155 or hold it at least to 160, but I had already taken this L here, so I couldn't trust this stock no more. Now I know Eric Tim Moore, shout out to the homie. He actually came in much earlier. I saw his average was around here, 80 something, 87. So he got a really good move from here all the way to like 140, 130 something. So I got my money back because I was down like 400 or something. And I'm still down 99 for the day. But I'm done. I'm calling it a day. I'm done. Because if I didn't catch it in the beginning of the wave, I should have. But I don't know. I was trading LRMR, which was really freaking good. If I look over here, LRMR, but for whatever reason, I sold way too quick. I bought here. I got a really good position. I think I had maybe like 350 shares, which is like 1,200 or something, or $1,500. I could have let that shit ride all the way to 6. But because of that first L that I had already taken over there, I was like, all right, I'm in profit, get me out. So I had like a really, really freaking effed up day today in the market. And now I'm done. I'm down $100. It is what it is. It was going to be down 400 or 500, you know. But it is what it is. It's just, I've had like a bad 2 days. Like that's the shit. When you have a bad day, like the previous day, the following day, like you don't even have with the same confidence. You're not coming in with the same energy. Like you might as well chill. And today, it just felt like, I wanted to get in there, but heavy. But then by the time I got in heavy, like this shit dropped. And I could have held it, but when you're holding, like $4,500, $4,500, every 10 cents is $450. So it could easily be you hold it, like it actually dropped from my average was 130. It dropped to 127 and I was out. I said, okay, get me out. That's like a little bullshit, $100. But if I would have held it to 20, that's 480. If I would have held it to 410 to 10, that would have been 800. So it bounced back, luckily, but it is what it is. I should have just waited for the bounce back from the VWAP. I got too thirsty. And it's like, bro, this shit is already up 300%. Let it come down to VWAP and then come in heavy. That's what I should have done. I would have been up at least 1,000, yeah, because from 120 to 140, 150, right? That's shit. That would have been like $1,500 right there. Yeah. But it is what it is. It averages out. By the end of the month, I'm still in profit for the month. So that's the good thing. But it just sucks that it's like, damn. Like, like I brought this account to 13,000 and I brought it to 13,000 600 around there. And then between yesterday and today, um, I'm back to 12,720. So technically, I'm like down like a good 600, $700 from profit. But we'll get it back. We'll catch it back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna just take my time, relax, chill. Um, Eric's like, yeah, I caught that on pre-market 5 a.m. Yeah, I mean that's nice. But I should have paid it. That's the one that I need to pay attention to the whole day. Because if I really think about it, bro, there was no other stock that was even worth me paying attention to. Because if you look over here, like I give you an example, right? I give you an example. Like this thing went to $1.09, right, and came back down slowly. Then it bounced back to it found support like at 76 cents. Then from there, it bounced up, right? So the moment it passed $1.08, that should have been the sign of like, okay, there's continuation with this, and could have been a nice movement from a dollar, let's say $1 or $1.10 all the way to $1.50. That would have been 40 cents. Okay, so calculate, $485 every single 10 cents would have been a crazy run. But yeah, man, crazy day. Shout out to everybody that trades. For anybody that's interested in learning how to trade and learning how to use the tools, definitely check out the link in my description. I go over how to go in and trade. And yes, you could be a profitable trader and you still gonna lose. Like, don't get this twisted. Like, people think like, man, well, you're gonna teach me how to use these tools, how to trade, but you also lost some money on it. Bro, this is part of the game. This is how this shit is. Like, don't get into trading if you're not expecting to lose some money. You know what I'm saying? Because how it works is like, you'll have, let's say, 6-7 days that's good, then you have 1 or 2 days that's bad. 6-7 days that's good, 1 or 2 days that's bad. This month has been horrible because the market's just been shit. Trump is just, I don't know what the hell he's thinking. So the market's just been garbage. And although the news with AI had just scared a lot of people to trade in the market, so the liquidity is not there. The movement is not there. Like, this is why today, when I jumped into this stock, I was like a little bit shocked. I was like, this shit is up 300%. Like, in a sense, I'm kind of scared because I'm like, we haven't seen anything above 100, 200% in a minute. Like, most of these stocks have been going to like 80, then dropping, going to like 70, flushing, going to 100 or like 99%, and then flushing like to crazy. Yesterday I had a really freaking, which one was it? Let me see if I find it. I think it was like BRTX, bro. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't hold this one, because yesterday I held this shit for as long as possible, bro. And I should have gotten out because I was in profit. But I was in profit on this one yesterday, but I didn't get in heavy. This was supposed to be like a nice, came in, boom, 10,000 shares, which is 2,800. Took a little L, 10,000. Then from there came in heavy and then broke even. And then it came back up, boom, 30,000. And I got to sell for like 32. And then I held expecting this to bounce. So I got up to 32 and I was like, I'm gonna hold it because it's gonna drop, hit the VWAP, and then bounce back like how this one did today. But yesterday it didn't play out like that. When the market shit, don't expect the bounce from the VWAP, right? But I was like giving this shit a real chance. I was like, okay, let me give it a chance. And I held this from like 30 cents all the way to like 24 cents, bro. Like, it was bad. When I'm telling you it was bad, it was bad. This shit put me down I mean, not even that much. 40. It was like $300, $400. But at the same time, because I held it, took a big L. And that's how it is. The market is like that. That's why, there's trial and error. There's days that you're gonna be doing really, really good. Days that I come in, I'll make like $2,000, $3,000. And there's days that come in like this, where it's like, okay, if I lose 100, I'm fine with it, because I could go in the following day, make another 800, and it washes out those L's that we took those last 2 days. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in here. Maurice Cole says, how much money you usually trade with? I started this account with 2,000 and I started this in December, so I could go in and create this new course that we have, the training fundamentals. From December to now, we've grown it to 13,000. I actually had it at a point which was 14,000, but about 800 of it was unrealized. I held it and it brought me back to 13,000. And then from there, the last 2 days took a little L, which brought me back to 12,719. So what I try to do is, because I could go in and trade like $300 every trade, and I'll go in and get my little $20, $30, and it adds up. Sometimes it's better to use that strategy when the market is bad. It's better to use that strategy. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Eric Timor, I think he bought like, I don't know, $200 or something like that. $200 worth of it and made like $200 back. In a sense, he doubled his money, right? And when the market is bad, that might be a better strategy, But the thing is that I've been stuck in this little range of 12,000, 3,000, because the market has been so bad that now I'm taking bigger risk, because I'm like, I gotta get off this little range of 12,300. I want to bring this account to 20,000. That's the goal. I gotta bring this account. It was December, January, February. So I want to bring it to 20,000 by the end of February. So I got how many days? I got till till this Friday to bring it up, at least to 16, 17,000. So it could hit my goal. My goal is to bring this account to 100,000 by the end of the year. And I could definitely do it, but I have to take risks, and I got to take calculated risks and just jump in at the right time. And definitely not hold, right? But we're gonna do it. You're gonna see this account right now is at 12,719. I mean, from 2,000 to bring it up this much, it's a good return. Okay, and that's the thing about trading. It's like, it's compounding, right? As long as you do it right and you're getting your little 1%, 2% a day, it starts adding up. By the time you have, like, let's say a $30,000, $50,000 account, then now you're going in and doing $5,000 each trade. So if you go in and you get 10% of that, that's $500 every 10%, right? If you go in and you bring it back up to like 50,000, then now when there's a really hot opportunity, you could go in and say, okay, let me get 20,000, 20,000 of whatever stock, right? And if it goes 50%, that's $10,000 right there in one shot. And that's how it happens, because I've done it before. It's like, once you get in that role, then now it's just boom. You have the capital. You already built it up little by little, and then now you take the big risk on those big movements. And even if you get 10%, like, it's still good. Like, if you go in and you jump in with 20,000 and you make 10%, that's $2,000 for the day. You know what I'm saying? And if it continues going, hallelujah. You know what I mean? Let me see. CRM automations, Zapier, cool stuff. Yes. Let me see. Hello, everyone. What's going on? Reggie, are you going to start trading live stream on YouTube? Not really. I've tried doing it. The problem is that it's all psychological. I don't like trading in front of people because it's hard. I'll be honest. Like it's already hard to find the right stock, then focus, and then you're looking at the chat and you're looking. I can't do that shit. I did it before, like even when was it? The last time I did like a quick live stream, I think on ELPW or something like that. I think that was the one. I was up like 2,000 something. If I was by myself, I would have sold, right? I would have sold. I would have moved my stop loss. But because I'm talking shit with the chat room and I'm talking this and that, the shit dropped. I couldn't even get out. So I only made profit 1,400. It was supposed to be 2,000. Whoever was here live, y'all remember that day. And it's hard. Doing it live is hard. Let me see. Eric Timble says, I started with 500 and up 1,000 within 3 trades. Learning AI, web dev, agentic stuff, building out trading dashboard. Hope to get a portfolio up soon. Start pitching myself. Yeah, there you go. I would love seeing Joe trade live. I did it here before. It's just I don't like it because it's like, how can I say this? Like, you have to like really focus. Like you can't, I don't even like doing Discords and shit like that. Like, I was thinking about doing a Discord, and I've joined a couple of Discords. But at the same time, like when people start talking, people say, yo, this one's moving, this one, this and that. Yo, you should sell here, you should buy here. All that shit throws you off and fucks up your whole strategy. So I don't like it. There's people that they go in and they do the live streams. A lot of times they do prop money. Prop money is, they do the prop firms where it's not really their money. They're not even trading real money. What they're doing is trading fake money, right, in a simulation, and then depending on how much they make, they get a percentage back of that. I'm actually trading with real money. Like those motherfuckers, like it's so much easier to go in and be like, well, I bought $100 of a prop firm. They give me a $50,000 account, and I could go in and hold it. You're only losing $100. If you blow up your account, you lose $100. When you trading with real money, it's different. That's why I don't even listen to nobody that I see like on Twitter. All of these people, they make money off selling dreams. They don't even trade with real money. There's a guy that came out the other day. I forgot his name. He's supposed to be a well-known trader, etc. And that guy, he basically, I guess now he's part of like Jesus peoples, right? He joined a religion, this and that, and now he's like, yeah, I don't feel right. I'm not really profitable. I'm only, I made only certain amount. I'm basically broken even. And everybody's like, yo, but you've been teaching people trading this and that and showing all this shit. And you're like, you got 200, 300,000 or whatever following he has. And he's like, yeah, I've been just breaking even. So that shit right there, when you think about it, is like, bro, like you breaking even, you're not even fucking profitable. And you're telling people how to do it. But also too is like people trading with prop firms, bro. Prop firms, you could go in and get lucky. You could go in one day and they drop a news, you bought at a certain price, that shit pops, that shit goes, $10,000 up. The average person can't replicate that shit because they're not there at that time. They're not there at that moment when that shit happens or when that news dropped, right? Or maybe they wasn't quick enough to do it. That's why with me, when I'm showing you guys in my trading course, my course is really to show you the tools, show you how to use all of these tools, and also too, teaching you like, hey, how you can accumulate an account, right, and grow your account. But it's really to think about it like this, like an extra income. Like if I go in and make $500 extra for the day, I'm good. Like that's a good little side income. It adds up. By the end of the week, it's $2,500, right? That's enough to pay, the rent. And that's it. That leaves my money. I could save that, put my extra money, and put it in long-term investments. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, right? If you go in and you get into trading thinking, oh, you're going to be rich or you're going to make mad bread, you're going to be disappointed because 99% of people can't do it like that. You know what I mean? Like the moment you're trading with like, even for me, I mean, look, this situation, I could have held this stock, I could have made an extra 2,500, but because I'm trading with $5,000, there's a pressure to it. So I'm like, yo, once it dropped 3 cents, I'm like, I'm out. I'm leaving because it's a big L that I could take here. Now, if you have the capital, like if I have on my account 500,000, $1 million in that account, which is not even real money, I could go in and say, well, I'll hold this. If it drops $10,000, I still got $1 million left, right? But most people don't know how to trade like that because all of this stuff is psychological. You start looking at the real money, you're like, wait, hold on, I'm about to lose fucking, $1,000 in this one trade if this shit goes wrong. And yesterday, I held it, but look how bad it got. It went from 30 cents all the way to 24 cents. That's like freaking 40% loss. If I do that with $5,000, that shit brings me back a week. You know what I'm saying? It brings me back a week. So I'm like, nah, let me try to go in. Boom, didn't work out. Cut my losses quickly. You get what I'm saying? But there's people that you'll see online, like they'll be like random. I just made $80,000. Man, these people are fucking bullshitters. Like the amount of bullshit that they be saying, it'd be crazy. I mean, guys like what's this guy's name? Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron got mad bread, bro. He's charging people $3,000 a pop, right, to join his community. Like at that point, like if I'm making $3,000 a day, shit, I'm trading $50,000, $100,000 a day because even if I lose it, I'm bringing in 100 new subscribers that's paying $3,500. I'll make that money back in a month or even less. So for him, the pressure of going in and buying something, a whole bunch of shares, his pressure is way less than the average person. You go in and tell somebody, hey man, put 100,000 of your savings and put it in the shit. Let's see how it goes. There's a pressure to it because if you lose it, that's your savings. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that people don't talk about. Inside of my course, I go over all that shit. Where it's like how people show that they're making this amount of money and like they're holding for so long, but it's really because of their capital. With this course and even this whole example of this account, and I'm documenting it for the whole year, is to really show you how having small wins gets you a big payout. And then the following year, you could come in with, bigger trades, which gives you more money because it's all about capital. It's not really about, people be like, well, I could 10x some shit. Bullshit. People can't 10x shit unless there's like an opportunity like Octo. Octo went from like $5 or some shit like that to like $300 or $200 like that. TCGL, another one that last year went in to like $400 and something. You bought it for $5, it went to $450. Those opportunities is like once a year. That shit doesn't happen every day. So how do you go in and say, well, I want to make $100,000 for the year? Well, you got to go in and have the capital, build it up. Like right now, I could go in and take $1,000 play, which means every single trade I can potentially, if I just leave at 10%, I'll make $100, right? And I could do that 13 times if I wanted to do it that way. Now, if I go in and I go $500 trades, then now I could do that 26 times, which gives me a chance of actually being more profitable because I got more chances to actually go in and make, more trades, etc. Right? Shout out to everybody in here. I'm reading through the chat. Let me see. Angel M. Joe, lifetime members have access to the training course. Everyone has access to it on CodingPhase.com until Friday. Friday of this week, we remove the pre-order, and now it's just you got to purchase it. So you can pre-order it right now. It's $150. It's a very, very cheap price. You look it up. Most people fucking charge thousands of dollars for a trading course, or hundreds of dollars. I'm putting it at crackhead prices. Um, Again, I'm teaching you everything that I know, all the different tools, giving you my indicator, giving you everything that has helped me stay profitable, and also too showing you examples of situations where you could make a lot of money and you could lose a lot of money. Like all of these trades that I've been doing, I go over it and I tell you, hey, this is what happened here, why this trade didn't work out. This is what happened here. I oversized, because this is stuff that you're still gonna do. I got, from 2023, I've been day trading. From 2016, I've been investing, which is like long-term trading, right? But day trading is a different animal. So I could tell you, even for me, with 3 years, you're still gonna bump into certain problems, and that's why I document a lot of this stuff so you could see it. You could say, okay, oh, this is how Joe made a lot of money in this situation. Boom, this seems to be the same type of play. But also too, look, this how Joe actually lost some money here, because he didn't follow his rules on this section, right? Or hey, this happened here because it didn't play out, but look how he was able to get out quickly, right? Like, I bought at, for example, like today, I bought at 130, right? Hit my stop loss at 127, right? I was very heavy. I was $4,000 in. I only lost three cents, right? Most people go in and hold it and be like, well, this shit's coming back. It might not come back. And you go in and you lose. Let me see. Reading through here. Arians, was it Aronian, Spigonian? Is trading content not working at all? Oh, never mind. Still, this arc, yikes. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. It's always some fucking loser in the chat. What the fuck are you talking about? what fucking arc? What you want me to be talking about? Shit that I don't do. I'm not doing Claude bot. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing shit that brings money to me, shit that I'm interested in. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about, bro. Dude's like, yeah, man, you still on that trading arc? All right, bro, so you stay broke. Like, we've made a lot of money the last 3 years. First year was unprofitable. Second year, we broke even. Third year, we got a bag. This year, we already profitable for the whole year. This is just my cash account. This is not even my, buying NVIDIA, selling at fucking at 200, buying it from 160, putting $50,000, selling it at 200. I mean, you do the math on that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, and again, I share what I do. If I was over here, I don't know, if I was fucking doing a TikTok shop, I would talk to you about TikTok shop. If I was over here fucking tap dancing, I would talk about tap dancing. This is something that I'm passionate about. If you don't like it, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. That's on you. You get what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you're just a fucking hater, bro. That's it. You're watching me and yet you still got some shit. Like, tell me what you do. What do you do? Let's give you some time. Eronian Spigonian. What do you do on your own time? How much bread you got? What do you do to make money? Put me on. If you think trading is bullshit, put me on so I could do it. Right? Put me on. Let me know. Because sometimes, it's so easy to go in and it's like I always say, there's always a fucking loser that comes in to your living room, takes a shit like a dog in the living room, and then walks away and be like, well, I did my job for the day. I fucked up his live stream. I got him in a bad mood. I just wanted to fuck with him. Okay, but put me on. What do you do? What you doing? You doing plumbing, doing HVAC. What you doing? You got 3-4 cars on Uber. You got your own truck. Put me on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do here. I put people on what has worked for me. If you are not giving me no solutions, no extra ways to make income, any other things that's profitable that makes you bread, bro, don't tell me what I could talk about or what I'm into. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes I've never been able to understand that. Like, it's like a motherfucker that comes in is like, yo, pops up, watches your fucking live stream, because clearly you've been watching, right? You're like, man, he still talks about trading. Yeah, motherfucker, and I'm gonna be talking about this shit for 10 plus years or more. Like, when you out here with nothing, you don't got a fucking house, you don't got no fucking investments, right? You don't have nothing, no wealth. That's on you. You want to live like that. I'm not. I'm not trying to be doing none of that shit. You have to evolve, right? There's a reason why I'm talking about this shit, because I used to be just like you, just a tintin. Just all I did was click clack. All I did was just focus on my little coding 24/7, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities. Guess what? The industry has changed. The everything that we do has changed, and it's gonna continue to change. Now the difference between you and me is that I'm good. I don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? I made my wealth. I'm fucking chilling. I fucking work from my house. I'm building applications. I trade on the side. I do long-term investment. Now, let's go in and put your life, my life together, and we put it side by side. Who has done better in the last 10 years? And the reason why I'm able to do that is because I'm constantly learning. I'm not scared. I'm not here to doubt some shit, to be like, man, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So it's like, that's on you, bro. Yeah, but you still haven't said shit. I'm still waiting. This is what I'm saying. What topics you want to talk about? You want ArcBot, ClawBot? What you want to talk about? Let's go in. I want to see what he wants to talk about. What is it he wants to talk about, right? OpenAI and Anthropic that got some issues with the Pentagon. What do you want to talk about? What's your arc? What's your shit that you're into? What bread you bringing into your house? What is that you doing? That's what I want to know, because you still haven't said shit. Yeah. Dudes don't got a fucking pot to fucking piss in and always got some shit to say. But I'm still waiting to see what is it that he wants to talk about, so we could go in and have that whole conversation, and he could put me on. You know what I mean? I talk about shit that I'm passionate about, bro. I like to code, right? That shit got me out of fucking poverty, got me to be able to own my own fucking house, get all my dream cars, take care of 4 kids, my wife. I've been able to live a fucking really good lifestyle. Now, one thing that I fucking hinder me, that set me back, is not investing how I should have invested. Not knowing how to trade, not knowing how to do any of this shit. Why do I talk about this here? Because it's something that I've seen it, that, with 10 years in the game, I could have been multi-millionaire. We already millionaires, but multi, you can only do that shit with actually building wealth. So now it's not too late. I'm 38. I still got to my 50s, right? At 50, I don't want to do shit. But this is how you do it. You got to go in and learn new skills. You got to learn new things, and also to learn how to admit when you're wrong. When you're like, man, I used to be one of those people that be like, man, all of this shit is bullshit. All of this shit is garbage. Bro, you tell me what the fuck you could do within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and make $500, $1,000. You know how hard I got to work to make $1,000 in half an hour? I got to do a lot of shit. Right? No, feels like, yo, we love each other. No, I want to, because sometimes we got to put some fucking people in the right mindset, because it's like, you have to understand, like, if I talk about something or I share something, it's because I'm passionate about it. I'm not gonna talk about fucking Anthropic and OpenClaw. That shit's not bringing no fucking money to none of these fucking people. They're not making no bread. All these people that's talking about all that shit, they just getting paid off views. I don't want to get paid off views. I get paid off my hard work, me putting in the work, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be popular. I don't want to get 1 million views. I don't want to do none of that shit. You know what I mean? I have videos that got over 1 million views, and I shut them shits down because I don't even want to be in the fucking algorithm like that. I just want to go in and do the shit that I love and I'm passionate about. So if you're going to watch me, then you got to watch whatever the fuck it is that I talk about, because that's what I'm passionate about. Okay? So if I'm just passionate about coding, trading, right? Another thing too that I'm into, architecture. I just don't see why the fuck would I talk about architecture in here. It wouldn't make sense, right? It wouldn't make sense for me to go in and be like, guys, do you guys know the type of materials that you need to be building this type of building? You know what I mean? Like, how much does it take to actually go in and build a house? What are the tools with AutoCAD? How do you, like, I wouldn't be able to talk about that shit here. It wouldn't relate. Yo, people crazy. Anyways, man, yeah. Real talk, Joe. I'm coding my way out of poverty. Can't sugarcoat it. Yes, you have to do it, bro. If not, then who's gonna do it for you? You get what I'm saying? Sorry, guys. I'm passionate about the things that I talk about. It just gets me annoyed when some fucking dweeb that don't know shit about me or the channel or anything is like, yo, you still in the trading arc? This motherfucker, of course. If not, I wouldn't fucking be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my shit. And I have to go in and share what has worked for me. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not one of these fucking people that go in and be like, hey guys, and I'll start showing you guys, hey guys, I got this big ass house. I got this big ass fucking place. I got this brand new car. And yeah, bro, and it's all for coding. No. Coding don't get you all of the shit that I've fucking accomplished. All of the shit that I'm still gonna fucking accomplish. Because at the end of the day, there's limitations to it. You have to understand, when you work a full-time job, let's say you do 100 to 150,000, right? That might be your cap, but that doesn't mean that's the cap that you can make. You could still go in and freelance. You could still do consulting. You could still build digital products. You could still do software as a service. So all of these things, right? It's the things that help you build wealth, because your job is supposed to just pay you for you to live comfortably. This is the shit that a lot of people get this wrong, right? They think that I got to find a job that's going to pay me X amount of dollars. Like, there's guys that go in and be like, well, I got $300,000. I live a better lifestyle than a guy that gets paid $300,000 at Google. I make more money than a guy at Google. So when you think about that, you're like, so I should just go in and get this fucking job at this company, this, and that. And then you go in and you start looking at the fucking expenses that they have, right? All of the shit, right? After taxes, after the fucking thing, I keep way more money than them. And then on top of that, then you have the things, because you could have a good job, but if you don't even know how to put your money in the right places and put your money to work for you, like this other dweeb that just popped up in here, right? This is why he pops up. Right? You don't know none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you will know and you will understand, hey, if I go in and I trade, if I go in and I do long-term investment, I could take $1,000, make that $1,000 to $20,000 by knowing the right tools, knowing the right things. Now, if you go in and you take that $1,000 and you put in your fucking savings account, like a tintin, right? Now you go in and you fast forward a whole year and you got $13 in there. So that's the type of shit that I try to fucking put people on. Because again, I used to be just like that. Of like, man, I'm into just coding, bro. I just want to code. That's a big mistake. You need to fucking open up your mind and understand how different skills you might want to learn, some design skills, some business skills. You want to learn about development. You want to learn about investment. This is the world that we live in. Trump just did a fucking how you call this shit, announcement to the nation, whatever, yesterday for an hour and a half, 2 hours, right? Talking about, yo, everybody's winning, everybody doing that. Let's be honest, not everybody's winning. But if you got investment, you winning right now. If you own a home and you bought it before the pandemic, you winning right now. Now, if you didn't do none of that shit, you hurting. And this is where you got to go in and you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, well, the world works like this. The world is set up for people who have this skill, for people who are investing, people who are building wealth, have assets, right? It's not about having savings. Savings is for you to go in and for a rainy day. You got a broken foot, you can't work for a month. Cool, you can pay for your fucking rent for the fucking month. But wouldn't it be better if you had something that goes in and generates income for you while you fucking with a broken leg? This is shit that I had to fucking learn. This is why I'm talking about all of this shit. Guys, I done fucking made a lot of fucking money over the years. I went through fucking hell with the shit that happened with my house. I bought a house that I didn't need to buy. I got a fucking hurricane. I had to build a house twice, basically. Like, I barely broke even. The money I spent into the fucking house and all the shit that I fucking accumulated over the years, by me investing, I would have had millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And now, this is why I share this. Because, yes, we have CodingPhase. And you might say, well, when I come in here, Joe, I want to see my portfolio review. Yeah, motherfucker, you could get a portfolio review, but I also need to put you on. What happens when you get a job? What happens when you start seeing money? It's my responsibility to also tell you from the mistakes that I've made, right? By being like a tintin like this fucking guy. Yo, you still in that trading art? You still in that investment art? Yeah, you fucking dummy. Because if someone would have put me on, if I would have had the new Boston, when the new Boston was creating the YouTube videos, when we had the fucking Eli, the computer guy, fucking when I used to watch him, if he would have put me on to a lot of the shit that I had to go in and learn the hard way as a developer, as an adult, if he would have came in and gave me some game other than just, well, today we're going to go in and reset the fucking password on the IT, you could have gave me some game. Because this is what we do. When we come in and we have years of experience, the way how you save somebody those mistakes is by sharing them and showing how you have corrected them. So yeah, that's why I talk about fucking trading and investment and all of this shit. I'm passionate about it because I wish I would have known this before. There's a guy right now, there's an Eric Titmore, who's coming into this game, learning how to code, getting into the game. He's coming in with an advantage that I didn't have. He's coming into the point where he's about to be working as a developer, working in this industry, his first year, right? Has the knowledge of investment, understand how to trade. You think that what I've been able to accomplish in 10 years, he won't do in 2 to 3 years? That's what I'm trying to fucking show you. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to take 10 years. This shit that I've been able to accomplish and all the shit that I've been able to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm late to the game. So yes, this is my arc. This is the Joe fucking understands how the world works now. Joe understands how you supposed to invest. Joe understands how he got to put his money to work. I'm not one of those fucking people. I'm not going to show you a fucking lifestyle and a bunch of shit and then tell you, hey, this is all coming from coding. It's not. And even all the shit that I do and I've still been able to take care of myself don't come from CodingPhase. You might see me here on YouTube and bumping. I don't make bread from CodingPhase like that. You might think Joe fucking makes a killing. He got 1 million courses. No, I don't. I'm constantly lowering the prices because I'm genuinely trying to help people. I don't create these courses and these things to go in and be like, well, I just want to sell it to the maximum. That's what a lot of these clowns do. They'll go in and say, my price is $500 a course. I go in and I look around, I say, how's the economy? Who's my audience? Who's the person that's trying to come to CodingPhase? He might not have $500. I'm going to give him the whole course. I'm going to give him everything that I have. I'm going to pay for the resources. I'm going to create a new freaking platform for them to come in and be able to learn all this shit. And I'll make it $1 a day. You think that shit is money to me? That's not money. I don't make money like that from that shit. So how am I going to take care of my family, my kids, and do everything? It's not going to be from fucking CodingPhase. CodingPhase is a side project for me. My main income is from everything else that I do. And that's why I continue to learn new skills and continue to go in as an entrepreneur, try to level up to the next level. We already hit that $2 million mark. How do I go in and push beyond that? It's not going to be by fucking doing coding. Coding has taken me as far as it needed to take me. And as I'm continuing to learn new skills and new things and become wiser, this is why I talk about it on this channel. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to go in and share the things that has worked for me as I come in and unlock new things. There's people that right now still not up to the level that I am. So my job here is to make it easier for them and make the transition much nicer. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Facts. Let me see. We're into here. Yes, sir. You need to have assets. I mean, but this is like, I talk about this shit because, again, like I said, I'm passionate about it, and I wish there was a Joe. There isn't a fucking Joe here on YouTube. There isn't. None of this fucking, go find me a YouTube channel of any of these developers that's not creating just content to fucking either sell you on some shit or entertain you. I mean, look at this shit. The shit that's happening with all this clawbot, all this fucking bullshit, buying the Mac Studios. All this shit is hype. We're reliving the same shit that happened with front-end frameworks. Remember when every fucking week somebody would talk about, hey guys, JavaScript framework 27x LM just dropped. Hey guys, check out fucking React 27. Hey guys, Angular 3.58 came out. Mind you, that's all fucking entertainment. They don't fucking put no money in your pocket. They don't tell you how to fucking make money. They don't put you in a way that you could fucking grow. They don't do nothing. It's entertainment. This channel is not about that, bro. So yeah, we're still going to be on this arc. This is a new season. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like this season, hey man, wait for the next season where we might be talking about real estate, where we might be talking about architecture and open up fucking, plazas. You know what I'm saying? Remember when, anybody that's been here for a minute, y'all remember when I've been saying, I've been wanting to buy a Dunkin' Donuts for years, right? That's the next stage. And when I go through it, when I go in and buy the fucking franchise, I might go in and tell you guys, hey, this is the process of buying a fucking franchise. This is the process of buying a plaza, buying a location so you could have your Dunkin' Donuts, and then from there rent out the other locations in that area. At that point, another fucking dweeb is gonna pop up. It's like, damn, you're going through your real estate arc now? Like, yeah, motherfucker, this is why it's called CodingPhase. We go through the CodingPhase to get us to where we need to get to. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Let me see. I tried IT. Would rather be in VS Code or working WordPress ecom. Way better deal, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't like IT, bro. Shout out to everybody in here, bro. Anyways, man, I'm about to get out of here. We had a great live stream. Shout out to Let me see. Aragonian, Spinionian, whatever, right? Shout out to him. Another fucking hater. I don't know why people, if you don't like my content, you watch me, right? And you don't like me, don't fucking watch me. Because I might talk about coding, I might talk about my kids, I might talk about my family, I might talk about vacation that I did, I might talk about a bunch of different things. Okay? You don't watch somebody for years or for whatever fucking time you've been watching me. If you don't like me, don't watch me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not watching you. You watching me. I'm here to help the people that need help, the people that enjoy the content, and that's it. And put people on. If you don't like that shit, you want somebody to fucking tap dance for you and talk to you about Clobot, the fucking Clobot, there's a million channels for that shit. Go fucking go in and doom scroll through all that shit on TikTok and YouTube. This is not the channel for that shit. All right? Yes. Remember I mentioned the Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, bro. So this is something that I've been in progress. You know what I'm saying? So I've been working towards all of this shit. So yes, we're going through that investment phase right now, trading phase. You might see another 2 years from now, hey, real estate phase. Now, what am I doing? Before I even start doing any of that shit, I'm going in studying, I'm going in doing a bunch of shit and learning a bunch of things. So when I go in and get into that phase, it comes out good, right? So yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Yeah, nah, he ruined the thing because it might be on somebody's back of their mind. Is like, well, I'm supposed to see, programming videos and fucking, and Joe's supposed to tap dance for me and give me a portfolio review. No, motherfucker, I do whatever the fuck I want to do in this channel. I come in here and help people out. I talk about the things that's, positive for me and that I enjoy. If not, I don't even pop up to YouTube. I don't need to pop up in here. I come here because I want to. I want to hang out with Bro Trippin. I want to hang out with Mike Lee. I want to come in, bounce ideas with Eric. I want to come in, talk to Jay Sega. Okay. So let's see. I want to talk to Idu Reyes. I want to come in and hang out with my peoples. You know what I'm saying? That's why we here. If not, I wouldn't even fucking do this shit. I'll show you right now. I don't make no money from YouTube. Okay? YouTube is like for me to have fun, clear my mind, come in here, share some cool shit. You know what I mean? This is not for me to make any money from this bullshit. This is for me to come in and share what has worked for me, and that's it. It's right there. Okay? It's right there. Okay? You could clearly see what the fuck am I gonna do with $112, bro? Do you think I pop up in here because I want to fucking do YouTube? No, I pop in here because I enjoy the community and the people that get to watch me and the people that's in here. Not because of views, not because we want to come in and do what you want me to do. Okay? It is what it is. I'm going to see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Take care, guys.